So we're back in Denmark. I returned last month, March. My husband and my son, they returned January. So I've been gone for 8 months. At first or last year, we are not, at least I set my mind to like move there forever or for good, not forever, for good. But we returned because, first of all, my son, who's 8 years old, he cannot manage the hot weather. I mean, my husband also find it really hot. Even me, imagine I've been living in Denmark for 17 years, so my body is already adjusted in Danish weather or in weather in Denmark. So, and in Denmark, we don't really experience 30 degrees every day, right? So it's quite hard for all of us. But it's yeah. So my son is like at the end like complaining a lot. He misses his friends, of course. He was born here and he's been here for 7 8 years, you know. So, but it's good. He likes the Philippines, but you know, since he was born here, so uh, he cannot stop or he cannot we cannot stop him from comparing Denmark and Philippines. And in the area where we live, it's not in a rich neighborhood, so it's in Manila. You know, in Manila it's crowded, but we live in a not in a slum area as well, so it's like in the middle. But of course, in Manila, there's some cat poop, dog poop, you know. So he's not that he's not used to that. He's not used to that smell. And yeah, so he's complaining about it. But of course, there's also a lot of things that he said nice. He's nice. He likes that I he get to know my family, my nephews. He have a big family in the Philippines, unlike in Denmark where you only have two cousins. So it was nice. I feel like even though it was short, I mean 8 months is still long. That's super brown, like back to my color now. I'm back to my light brown or a little bit, yeah, lighter brown. In the Philippines, I don't wear sunblock, so I just get super dark, like my real color before I moved to Denmark. It's also an adjustment for me, but last year, it's like a new eye, you know, it's like you're like looking back at your memory. How was it when I was there 17 years ago? It's still familiar, it's still the same, but there also something changed, you know. I changed, I grew up, I mature, I've adopted Danish culture, I got a new culture in me. So I view it the kind of mix like I view it as a local and I at the same time I view it as a foreigner, you know, like I'm like a foreigner in my homeland. So it's a good experience. And then I like that it's like giving me like you know, going back memory lane. I met my childhood friends who's I'm still friends with them up to now. They were like my childhood friends when I was 9 years old. We grew up together, you know. So it's really nice to be able to spend a lot more times with them and like getting to know them as a mature now, you know. It's not the same when you talk to people online or in Facebook or in Messenger or, you know, same with my family. It's not the same when you're just like, you know, talking to them online and talking to them in person. I felt like um, it's meant to be because I managed to help my mom, managed to band it with my mom while I was in the Philippines. managed to cook for them, for my family, managed to eat my mom's meal, so which is also good. So it's all in all a positive experience for three of us that we get to know. I mean, my son get to know his Philippine side of the family, not just the Denmark side, you know. But I think I also came to realization that I have like these two countries now. So I'm like foreign in both countries and at the same time local in both countries. I think everyone could relate to that. But I still feel like I'm lucky that I'd be able to spend time with my family, because that's like the important purpose of us moving to Philippines last year. But with regards to professional, like, like when I was trying to search for job in the Philippines, it was that's the difficult transition, because I have to like find my salary, my role, what kind of position I can apply to. So I work there remotely as IT. I didn't get the same salary as I have in Denmark, previously job I had. And yeah, so I work remotely. And again, I started a shop in Manila. And I think that's a good thing, because I activate my mom. I help my mom because before, when you're a pensionist, you don't have that much activity. You're just like staying at home. You don't have work. At least when I started the shop, my mom started to sew, and then we have some projects together where, okay, we're going to repair this, and sometimes we sew together, and then I give her some projects. And so instead of just watching TV every day, so she get used to also talk to customers and get to know some people, local people in the area. And I moved them from province, from Bulacan to Manila, so she get closer to the hospital in case of emergency. And then we get some routine where she have monthly checkup, so she could get an update as to what her condition is. I mean, you know, she's still not super healthy, because she only have one lung left. So there's always tendency, but at least she got a better chance now of surviving. Hopefully, we're of course praying. We don't know when her life is going to end, but hopefully she reach up to 70 years old. She's going to have a birthday this month, and she's going to turn 64. So hopefully we're praying 70. One thing I'm happy by doing that or moving to Philippines last year was, at least I managed to be able to reconnect with them, with my family, with my mom, with my siblings, and with my nephews and niece. Everyone, they get to know me again. Like they already know me, but 17 years apart, it's quite long. At least I could give these 8 months to them again, to be with them again. And I remember when I was like in the Philippines, and then I'm reading these people, like, I mean, the Filipinos in Denmark that, like, for example, they lost their dad, they lost their parents, and they can't be with them. They could not take care of them because they're living here. Sometimes they go home when it's already, they have to bury their loved ones. At least I managed to be able to spend time with my mom before it's too late. So it's good. So that's why I think it's still a win for me or for my family. But of course, I would be selfish, if I'll stay there. I still have kids, and I have to be able to, like have these two family, like your regional family and the family that you built. So you have to be with them as well. So, and it's also hard to transition back. Now I'm in Denmark. Now I'm just transitioning back again. Like, feel like I'm starting again in the job market. Like, trying to search job again. So I'm jobless at the moment. 1 month. Before, when I was living here, I normally get easily find a job, but now I'm transitioning. So, yes. And I also have to adjust my language. When I was in the Philippines, I have to like recall or dig out my Tagalog. You know, it's like I'm not using Tagalog that much spoken language because I always speak English or Danish. So when I was in the Philippines, I'm like, using my Tagalog channel. Now I'm back in Denmark. I have to use Danish again, but I feel like this last time I got some job interviews, I feel like my Danish is quite low. I haven't used Danish that much because I'm also working in an international company for 5 years now. I mean, yeah, since I work as IT. So I felt like my Danish is still there, but it's not as smooth or as good as I wish it will be. But I think, of course, living here, it will be again being exposed to the language again, hearing it in TV, hearing it in people outside. Then I think it will go back. It's just there. You already learned it. So, but yes, and my son also now speaks English instead of Danish. Just by staying in Philippines for 6 months, we figured out that he actually fluent in English than in Danish. So, but now we're also trying to like train him back to speaking Danish again. So those are the transitions, and it's nice to be back. At least I'm not sweating. So, but we've been to Baguio last December, and it was really nice. In Baguio, it's clean, it's cold, it's like summer, Denmark summer, fresh air. The place where we stayed in Baguio, there's no heater, and the floor is called that marble. Like it's not heated floor, so it's cold. And then they have a shower heater, but shower heater is like when we turn it on, it's hot and then it gets cold so fast. But in Baguio, it's like it's hot during morning, a little bit morning and afternoon, lunchtime, and then after afternoon up to night, it's cold. So it's really nice that they also experience that. Fresh, and there's also strawberries there and fresh vegetables. So I would suggest you also try that if you really feel hot. So that's it. Welcome today to Denmark.